So the new Shigaraki Quirk set is live, and I'm actually pretty much enjoying it, but we didn't get it in the gacha roll, so spoiler for that. We didn't get it. Let me know in the comments if you actually were able to get this new Quirk set, but we didn't get it. But today's anime question is going to be, how are you feeling about the new Shigaraki Quirk set? I honestly like how they've been balancing these characters and changing things, and we also found out that one of the next DLCs is going to be none other than All for One, and he's going to be a technical class, and we're also getting a Quirk skill change for Bakugo, which is something that I predicted in one of my shorts. But if this is something you think you might be interested in, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell, do all those nice things. We're going to be breaking down the full set, giving you some strengths, some weaknesses, some things you can do with it. But let's go ahead and hop straight into this video. So before we actually talk about Shigaraki, there was a few like balance patches and things they did to some characters. So one thing, Dabi got an extreme buff, but now his special action allows him to do the flames, and he revives, which is pretty cool. Aizawa's Alpha Quirk didn't do damage with the initial wrap before you pulled them in, but now the wrap deals damage as well. Mr. Compress can also revive just like Dabi now, so whenever you actually put them into the ball and you go away, once you take them out of the ball, they'll be revived, which is pretty cool. Twice got a decent amount of nerfs like I expected with him. His Alpha and Beta, the damage got nerfed, but the Gamma got a buff in the sense that now the clones can use all the quirks from the person you clone, and you get a max of 6 clones, which is a little bit of a nerf, but truthfully speaking, 6 clones is still kind of crazy. And it seems like they nerfed Dinky a little bit, which seems like people are having trouble with him. And I'll be putting the link to this in the description so you can see all the patch notes. There was a lot of other characters that got touched on. We're not going to talk about all those, but you're here for Shigaraki, so let's go ahead and break them down. So we look at his key points. Like I said, each quirk can collapse walls, which is pretty similar to the old Shigaraki, and changes Shigaraki to an assault type, which has more ranged abilities. So we look at his Alpha Quirk, it's going to be Earth Break, and this is basically a ranged decay strike, and you always get 5 shots, no matter what level you're at. And basically, whenever you shoot it, it's going to extend in 3 directions. So it actually makes more sense to aim it towards the ground, because sometimes when you actually hit them directly with it, it doesn't go in 3 directions. But if you aim at the ground, it's going to go in 3 directions and hit all the teammates. So this is actually a pretty good move. And it goes through Mr. Compress's shield if you actually hit it on the ground. The Beta Quirk is going to be the Grudge Shoot, and this one is similar to the old Beta Quirk, except you can throw it from a distance, and then the decay is going to spread around in a circle. And the status element affects the enemies and allies that are near the enemy. So this thing spreads on the ground's walls regardless. So this also spreads on Cemento's wall whenever he puts his wall up. And I think this thing is great for damage from a distance, and if you're running away from somebody, you can throw this on the ground, and it kind of acts just like Dabi's trap technique. When we look at his Gamma Quirk, it's going to be Catastrophe, and this one is actually the lower of the changes in my opinion, just because of the fast activation. But there's 3 options you can do with this. You can either drag your hand and just hit them, which is similar to the old Gamma Quirk, or you can use this movement because you get 1 charge whenever you're at level 1, and you get up to 2 charges whenever you're maxed out. So it's pretty good for movement. Or you can use it when you're airborne to slam down and actually deal damage, but I feel like the second activation is a tight window and sometimes it won't work. It's a little bit bugged, but this thing's going to break through Mr. Compressor's shield, but it's not going to be able to get through Kendo, which we're going to talk about. His special action stays the same, so nothing changes with that. Some strengths of this, like I said, it counters Cemento's wall, so you can pretty much use the Beta Quirk and it's going to go underneath the wall, which is pretty good. And it has more range than Shigaraki, which was a character that didn't really have any range at all. And the movement, I think, is better. Even though Shigaraki's Gamma Quirk was good, it's even better now being able to go into the air. And you can destroy obstacles pretty easily using these range decay techniques. Some weaknesses, I'd say he's pretty countered by Kendo still, so you really can't get through any of her moves still. And the Gamma has short activation window, so it's really just used for movement over damage. And the Beta only has 2 shots. Regardless of what happens, you're only going to get 2 shots, which maybe is for the best because this would probably be overpowered if you had more than 2 shots. And it's less damage than the original Shigaraki set. I feel like the original Shigaraki did a lot more damage, but this one is a lot lower. But a final grade for this one, I'd say it has better movement and range, but like I said, you sacrifice damage, so this would be a solid A-tier change. I think it's some good changes to Shigaraki. It adds a little bit, to his character and allows you, to be a little bit more versatile when it comes to what you're doing. Me personally, once I get this quirk set, I probably will run this one over the original Shigaraki. But let me know in the comments what y'all actually think. Do you think this Shigaraki is better than the other one, or you think the older one is the better quirk set? And I'm excited to see what they do with Bakugo and All for One, considering he's a technical class. He might work a little bit similar to Toga, being able to steal the quirks and things like that. But hey, let me know in the comments how y'all felt about this change and just what My Hero Ultra Rumble is doing in general. I know we're not happy about the gacha system and we need some crossplay, but hey man, I hope y'all enjoyed the video and I'm gonna see you on the next one, man.